Tonya, it's great to see you, but it's like I have to run around this city to get a hold of you. For folks are wondering why there's wood behind you and a little bit of a window. Where are we right now?
We're at Hart House at U of T, a great location, beautiful, relaxing.
Yeah, relaxing for you. I had to run around to find you all over the place. I was up third floor downstairs. But I mean, you're here because you're promoting Reelworld Film Festival, 18 years. Congratulations. Did you ever think?
No.
18 years.
No, I think for anyone that starts any kind of a project or business or anything, I don't even think you can think that far. When you start a business, it's like you're in the trenches just trying to get through that first year. So we feel really good, really solid about the festival.
How did you even have time to put something like this together? Because when you started this, I mean, you were still doing Y&R. You were still busy with other projects. How did you make the time to do something like this?
You know, I don't, now when I look back, I ask that same question, but you know, when you really want to do something, you always make space. You always make time in your life for it. And this was something I'd been passionate about for a really long time. I'd been thinking about it for at least 5 years before I did it. So the fact that I could start bringing some other people together, convincing them to help me with this, that was a big part of it as well. So that helped.
But there was a reason why you felt this was needed, and I have to use that word again, needed.
Yes, absolutely. You know, being in the business myself and starting in the late 70s, there wasn't that much representation on camera and definitely not behind the cameras either. So finally being able to be in a position where I could be heard, where people would take my calls, where I could go and advocate for this, the time was right at that moment. And I wanted to do it actually while I was on the show, you know, while you actually still have a name that you can actually use it for something. So that was important for me. And it was really tough. The first 5 years, I would say, and you'll look at a lot of film festivals around Toronto, they're going to live or die in the first 5 years because it is harder than you ever think it's going to be. It is exhausting, you know, and it can be thankless. But you find the reward. I had just made a mental. I'm tenacious that way. It's just I just keep going with something. I don't think way down the road. I just think I got to get through tomorrow. I got to get through tomorrow, I got to get through tomorrow, and then 18 years goes by.
Okay, well, let's talk about today. Let's talk about the film festival itself and what's happening this season. Because we were kind of talking before, and you kind of mentioned how you're really going after the substance this time around.
Absolutely. Well, when we first started the film festival, it was always about Canadian talent. There wasn't as much content out there. Racially diverse filmmakers, there wasn't that much content. And we would take lots of things, even if the movie might not have been the greatest movie, we took a lot of things because we were building confidence. We were building the ability for these filmmakers to feel like, oh yes, there is somewhere I can put this, because it's almost like build it and they will come. Filmmakers started then to make better quality films. And so what we've done, especially in the last, I'd say 5 years, is we now look for great content. It's not just about having a lot of films. So you'll see with our films this year, our opening night film, Ruba, about a transgender South Asian Tamil woman, you know, who ends up falling in love with a married man. These are sort of taboo and interesting social issues. 3-second divorce, I think you've had her on. The struggle that those women have in India who are Muslim, in a man just being able to divorce you by saying divorce, divorce, divorce 3 times. A lot of human interest stories, a lot of environmental stories. We have When the Storm Fades, which was a storm, a tornado that happened in the Philippines and how it devastating. This is a Canadian filmmaker who went there. But what I loved is he didn't use actors. He actually used, he used some actors, but many of the actors are actually victims that survived through this. So it's not a documentary. He actually has them acting. So there's a lot of great movies. Our closing night film, The Circle of Steel, globalization, you know, talking about the oil fields in Alberta and how that affects jobs and affects people by following one specific woman. And that makes me feel good. It makes me know that our Canadian filmmakers are out there. They're looking at the issues. They're not just trying to make, you know, sort of light, fluffy things all the time, although there's a place for that as well. But they actually have things that they're passionate about, social issues they want to get across, and changing people's minds and sort of opening up their awareness as to what's not only happening in Canada, but around the world.
You know, the thing I thought about was the first 2 films that you had mentioned 18 years ago. Wouldn't even been a thought of somebody putting these together and being even seen anywhere. It would be so underground, it would have been ridiculous.
Yes.
And now look, you know, being part of something like this, you got to be so proud and happy that you have been able to bring a platform for this, and filmmakers are taking chances.
I'm so proud, and you know what I'm really proud of? The filmmakers I've seen over the 18 years, ones that we've seen in year 1 and 2, coming back and being the mentors, you know, for a lot of these young filmmakers. That makes me feel really great. And volunteers, we always need volunteers, and that's really the best way of learning more about this industry, meeting these filmmakers, asking questions, talking about. So we're always saying, for those people out there who want to know, what's this film business like? Come out and volunteer at festivals. We have 120 of them in Toronto alone. Come out and volunteer from them. And there's one thing I do want to talk about too, which is our industry panels this year. They are free. We want people to come out, learn about what Telefilm is doing, what Toronto Arts Council, Ontario Arts Council, the Writers Guild, the Directors Guild. These are great panels. We're holding them at the Toronto Reference Library, October 12th from the 1st to the 5th. You just have to go on and register so that we know you're coming. But these are great ways to learn about the industry and how you can move forward and what you want to do in it.
Wow, fantastic. Okay, so when does it all run? Again, when does it begin? When does it end? And how do we get tickets for films? Where are the films going to be? All that fun.
So the entire festival is October 9th to the 14th. And go online, www.reelworld.ca. That's R-E-E-L, reelworld.ca. You'll see the whole lineup of all the films, the industry panels. We've got the YEAA, which is the Young Emerging Actors Association through ACTRA. They've got a shorts program going on. Come and support those actors. Other shorts programs are going on, but everything is right there. We're kicking off, as I said, with Ruba at the Glen Gould Cinemas, at the Glen Gould Theatre, I should say. So that's going to be a great night on the 9th. And then from the 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, all the screenings are going to be up at Canada Square. Come out and support those screenings. And of course, our industry panels will be at the Toronto Reference Library. So all the dates, all the schedule, how to buy tickets, couldn't make it easier for you. Literally click on the movie, I like the movie, click the button that says buy tickets, buy a ticket.
And last but not least, social media, where do we go to follow you and follow the festival?
Easy to find us. Facebook, Twitter is Real World Film. So go there and you'll find us, and we're on Instagram. If you just write Real World Film Festival, it's going to all come up. But follow us and see the movies. We got filmmakers this year to post some video of them talking about their films. Nice. So go to the social media and see that.
And most important, it's R-E-E-L.
R-E-E-L, like the old reel, back days when they actually had film.
Congratulations, and looking forward to the Reel, R-E-E-L, World Film Festival. Did I say that right?
It sounded right.
Sounded right. Close enough. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thanks for supporting us, Rudy.
Always.